Greetings, chocolate lovers. This is Daniel DiTuro. There's nothing more comforting on a warm winter day than a cup of hot chocolate. If you happen to live in an area that actually has cold winter days, it's even more comforting. You may be wondering if this video is about hot chocolate or hot cocoa. Technically, if you're using cocoa powder, you're making hot cocoa. Chocolate contains cocoa butter, which was removed when making cocoa powder. Cocoa mixes are convenient, and some contain the basic ingredients of cocoa, sugar, non-fat milk, salt, and flavoring. But some have ingredients like corn syrup, hydrogenated coconut oils, mono and diglycerides, and carrageenan, among other ingredients. If you have celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, you may think hot cocoa is a gluten-free beverage. Believe it or not, some hot cocoa mixes may contain wheat or processed using equipment that processes wheat, peanuts, and other food allergens. Homemade hot cocoa requires 3 basic ingredients: cocoa powder, granulated sugar, and vanilla extract or other flavoring. Cocoa powder is rich in flavanols unless it's processed using alkali, also known as Dutch chocolate. The alkali process destroys flavanols in the cocoa. To make 1 cup of hot cocoa using fresh milk, you'll need about 1 tablespoon each of cocoa and sugar, 1 cup of hot milk, and about 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract or other flavoring. You can adjust the quantities of all these ingredients to taste. You can also make your own cocoa mix that makes 12 to 24 cups of hot cocoa by combining 1 cup of cocoa with 1 cup of granulated sugar. Again, you can adjust the amounts to taste. Simply add the sugar to the cocoa or cocoa to the sugar and use a spoon or whisk to stir the mixture until it's thoroughly combined. Store your cocoa mix in an airtight container. No refrigeration is required. Here's a comparison of homemade and prepared cocoa mixes. The homemade mix is darker because it does not contain non-fat milk and has more cocoa powder. To make 1 cup of hot cocoa from mix, heat 1 cup of milk, any variety, using your microwave oven or stove until the milk comes to a simmer. Use 1 to 2 tablespoons of cocoa mix, adjusting the amount for taste. You'll need about 1/4 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract or other flavoring. For variety, you can add cinnamon, espresso or strong coffee, amaretto or other liqueurs. Place the desired amount of cocoa mix in your cup or mug, and then add about 1/2 of the hot milk. Stir well, scraping the sides of the cup, breaking up any lumps of cocoa using the back of your spoon. Add the rest of the milk and the vanilla extract, and stir to thoroughly combine, breaking up any remaining lumps of cocoa. At this point, you can stir in 1/2 to 1 ounce of your favorite liqueur like amaretto. Using reduced fat milk, the number of calories and carbohydrates will vary depending on whether you use 1 or 2 tablespoons of the mix. The smaller numbers are for 1 tablespoon and the higher numbers for 2 tablespoons. To make hot cocoa at work or school where refrigeration is not available, you can use non-fat instant dried milk. You'll need about 1/4 to 1/3 cup of instant dried milk per cup of hot cocoa. The remaining ingredients are the same. Use 1 to 2 tablespoons of cocoa mix and 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Instead of hot milk, substitute 1 cup of hot water. If you haven't combined the instant milk with your cocoa mix, add it to the cup, followed by the cocoa mix. Stir the two together until they are thoroughly combined. Add about 1/2 of the hot water and stir the mixture, breaking up any lumps of cocoa. Add the remaining hot water and stir until the mixture is thoroughly combined. The major difference in using instant non-fat milk or skim milk is about a 30% reduction in calories, 80% reduction in fat, and 0 saturated fat. I hope you found this information helpful. Thank you for watching.